Aloha and welcome back! I'm Panther, and this is Daemon X Machina. Why am I back? Well, there's a couple of things that happened behind the camera. First off, yeah, I got a new rig. I fully kitted out my character. Though, to be perfectly honest, I'm thinking of changing up a couple of things to possibly beat certain individuals. That sword that I have technically four of, now that I think about it.
Was it the red wire or the blue wire? Oops.
Is a, quite frankly, crazy weapon. I found it after I found that sword. And I found both of them in a place I'll show you guys after. Well, actually, no. Let's go ahead and give it a go. Yep, there's the sword. That's all the shields I've got, and yes, I even got the newer shield. As a matter of fact, after I hop up here to show off the weapon collection. Those are the boss weapons. That one, the one right above my character's head, oh, that one's a pain in the ass to get your hands on. Not the hardest weapon so far to get my hands on, though. Yeah. Okay, so here's how things go. First, I have to show this off. Everything is gotten. And these are the different gun forts. That one's insane. The nightmares, I'm working on this one, but I so hate fighting them. Bolt. Rebellion, where I got all of my current Arsenal's gear. Basically, that one drops the arms, that one drops the legs, and that one drops the head and the chest. This one drops that gun. This is a fucking annoying goddamn enemy, and it drops the one cannon that I showed you. Snatcher, the Dominator, which will be getting the last 10% of that. Dominator RT Alpha, which the weapon I got from that is actually a blitz weapon. Given what I'm going to be doing, let's go ahead and change out. This is that blitz weapon. Rumble Order. Alright, so in order to get this weapon, that red sword, as well as the yellow sword, and one gun so far, there is a random event that happens technically in both of these, but it's more likely to happen in the second facility. Now, upgrading your character fully grants you some things that are, quite frankly, insane. However, those swords, even more so. So, I'll do like 2 runs of this because it's not going to take me very long. These swords are really powerful. And hopefully I find one of the things. One of the first things I want to note once I get into this match is that there is actually a map. So, yeah, okay. Really, really slow, but Don't care. You don't have to beat everything in the area. It's just one of the things that you can upgrade. You just get out and start repairing. It won't bring your mech back if it's been defeated. But it's still pretty cool. You can't get out while acid's going on. And there's no cost to this, by the way. However, in order to get it, you basically sacrifice the ability for your pilot to fly. Okay, so from here, if we go straight across... So I want to go right first. Goddamn passing places. No, wait. That's not what I want. Oh shit! Okay, so in rooms like this, where you see the four, only one of them will you be allowed to loot. So, provided you don't actually, like, finalize your selection, you can look at all of them. That one. There was that. There was that. There you go. Those yellow things are actually super important. Because certain items, you can expend them on after removing them from the things that have them. And that item just has 3 equipment slots. Okay, where does that... Okay. So I need to go back around. That's fine. Yep, the healing stacks. So I highly recommend, but it's not imperative, that you have the repair function on your pilot. Because this game, this little thing can be, this side thing can absolutely be done by yourself, provided you're careful. But you do need the ability to repair. Is there anything past that? Yes, but let's go ahead and link this up first. That's out of the way. And no, I didn't increase the length of the sword swings, just how fast you go while you're doing it. What do you got for me? Oh! Same rules apply. If it's yellow, you don't have it yet. Bloodsucker, you're a new one. Just that version of Ogre Break 2. Or Ogre Break 2. Yeah, this will link up and then we're good to go. The room in question that has this sword has this layout, but instead of the rocket launchers, it's gargoyles. And no, you don't get to have accuracy on it. In addition, when you come across these rooms, there is stickers absolutely everywhere. And that, warning, caution, yeah, no, that is actually a sticker. that you can scan. Caution, that's a sticker you can scan. There are, I believe, 3 rooms. That have stickers in them. There you are. This particular head is terrible for locking on. Hence the reason why I'm just sticking with the swords for the most part. There's nothing in that. Cool. Isn't that fucking awesome? Yeah, we'll grab that. I still haven't found anything that's actually better than the rocket launchers. Or bazookas for, like, physical attacks and stuff like that. However, there's a back thing that I have that gives me more femto to use. So I can do this thing, which is basically just having my duplicate go out and beat the shit out of shit. But it's not bright with swords, unfortunately. This big thing. Tanker for additional femto. There you are. So, under normal circumstances, fighting these 3 at the same time is suicide. However, there are things you can do to improve your odds. Example 1 is very much this of hit and run tactics, because they can't heal. So far, the only 2 arsenals I've seen that heal are one of the Western 7 and I think one of the Terrors. But I could be mistaken. Oh, cool. I got a full power back. Yeah, they give you a good full minute after completing these, so always make sure to bear that in mind. So, the Bloodsucker and the Elbin. That's the arm of the Elbin. That's new to me. Alright, what is the Bloodsucker? Your special weapon. Acid gun. Okay. Corrodes. Rapid fire. Does not leave any aesthetic residue. Interesting. There are variations of weapons, so you gotta be careful on that regard. Armor. Head. Yep, there's that. Nope. Factory. Armor. Was it head? No. Body. There you are. So, Siegfried B. Whenever I get my hands on a Siegfried B, I can use that to give that particular one 3 slots. Even if it had 0 slots to begin with. Okay, let's try this again. After this, I'll show you what I originally wanted to show you guys, but I'm figuring, you know what? I might as well show you this special room that I ran into that allowed me to get this fucking grand, awesome sword. That so far, the sword has allowed me to beat 90% of the bosses that I've been facing. There's 2 bosses that I cannot beat with this sword. And I don't think I could beat it even if I wasn't, even if I was using something else. The normal thing I like to bring into bosses, by the way, is a Splendor, which is a repairing unit. No. So this one. So that's where it came from. So then this one. Ooh. Foolish Wrath. So let's go left again. Jesus, you have 3? Alright. New. Nothing new. Alright, 3 it is. And yes, you can fly with these swords, even if you're out of stamina. And even though I'm equipped with 2, you technically don't need that much. I just have 2 because the double swing is more powerful. So I will come back to... I don't need to go that back around. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Let's go this way first. There's no reason to go in there. Killing enemies does not get you experience or anything like that, so unless it's in a arsenal, there's no point. Just so it's off my map. There's no point in fighting. Enemies on the long haul. It just slows you down and takes you away from the actual goal. Oh, good. If you touch that stuff, instant death. For something like this, that's not that big of a deal. But there's another version of this room where it's also heated, so you can't just fly around. It's just an acid room. I'm out. Right. you're able to keep up with what the hell I'm doing, good on you, man. Also, after finding these weapons, these guys, these swords, these guys have a chance of dropping them too. Okay, so after beating the game, you get access to a couple of things. Actually, only really one thing. Let's go ahead and exit this room. I didn't get to show you guys the gargoyle room, but that's fine. Whatever. The entire focus of this episode was actually to show off that you can replay the offered missions. That includes the very last one. However, if you play and beat from Dominator 2 to Dominator 3, you get both rewards. So it turns into a really good moneymaker if you can do it efficiently. However, on top of that, you also get the chance of getting the other ending. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Unless some random DLC pops up that you guys want me to play, this is going to be the last episode I show you all of this game. I'll still play it in the background because I do love this mech game, but let's go ahead, go in here, and I didn't give the right equipment. That's fine. That's fine. I'm either I die and I have to go and change my equipment, or I beat it and yeah.
Attention. This appears to be the center, and that is...
So we've been through this. Skip. Skip.
They make no attempt to understand. Can you hear the voice of the Dominator? If you truly know what is to come, you have to feel fantastic. The more you resist me, the more assured everyone assembled at the Oval Link has a reason to fight, to survive, to save their loved ones, to end fighting itself. Do you see? All their own futures folded upon themselves. Will our woven future ascend? Will yours? I will accept. Do you see the future? Why did you come here? To kill your strength.
Attention. Rewriting main system kernel. Analysis complete.
Futile. As I am now, I know all there is to know of the world. Everything in the distant past is also the future. It is illusory.
Detecting energy response from portions of the separated Dominator. Attack incoming. detecting a strong gravitational response from the Dominator. Displaying the projected area of effect, it has launched a powerful graviton mass. Touching it would be extremely dangerous. It has launched a powerful graviton mass capable of...
You were late, for.
Charging into it would be extremely dangerous.
Let's see that
The
other
Dominator's
ending.
response is weakening.
I have not lost. This is just one...
I haven't seen this yet. I kept choosing the ending I had chosen before.
Cosmic Scion. A new world awaits.
And so, the battle for humanity's survival came to an end. In the center of Oval, the Reclaimers stood victorious. But two names were nowhere to be found on the list of survivors: Grief, and a mercenary known only as Rookie. Those who once fought by their side kept silent of their whereabouts. The Consortium nations announced to all humans and all Reclaimers the end of the Oval Link project. But the celebrations that followed were short-lived. The containment barrier separating the world came down, unleashing femtoparticles and the Immortals on the human race. The world was about to change. As evolution continues its inexorable march beneath the reddening sky, what remains of the human race will transform into a new species. But in due time, Earth will become a place they can no longer call home. In the crushing despair which accompanied that realization, a small glimmer of hope could be found. Now, through their collective effort, the human race is ready to initiate their plan to escape to the stars above. There, a new Earth waits, blue and pristine. The journey will be fraught with difficulty, but there is no doubt that they will succeed. And while it may not happen for several millennia, there is also no doubt that they will come home someday. To this red planet watched over by its shattered moon. Until then, I will wait, so that I may witness the future you have chosen. Life's journey has only just begun.
Okay, so the ending credits looks like they're going to be the same. But that's the other ending. The only other thing that I could show you guys, in all honesty, is if you went in and fought Grief. Because when you go in to deal with Grief, you can choose to go in with your arsenal, and then the entire terrorist team attacks you. It is not an easy fight. That said, that's about it. There's one other like side option thing that I haven't unlocked, but there's no achievement tied to it. All you get is a little extra money from the mission, and how you get it doesn't seem to be working. So that's about it. My final closing thoughts on this game. I loved the combat. I kind of missed the agency of the actual character that you play as to like shape the events that were going forward. That Armored Core had done sometimes lightly, sometimes heavily, depending on which Armored Core you played. But it was something that I was completely okay with not going forward with, because the rest of this cast, it is a big cast. But I could see this being an anime. Now, yeah, there's a lot of games that can boast that, but no. I actually do mean, like, if they were to turn Daemon X Machina into an anime, I would watch it. I would actually go out of my way to watch it, because especially if they got these characters, maybe not the voice actors, but still just these characters, I would want to see where this all goes. Especially considering the possibility, if it's an anime, it could go past this point. Like, where did Daemon and Grief go? That said, would I expect a Daemon X Machina 2? You know what? At this point, I can't say whether I would expect it or enjoy it, or because these days the world is in such a turmoil that even when we get a sequel from a studio that is grade A awesome, it's not what you want. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, but it's never what you want. I can't say never. It's more times than not what you want. I felt that way with Doom Eternal, in all honesty. I wanted an actual upgrade to Doom 2016, where you're running around gunning things down, and you're a walking tank. But instead, I got this platforming craziness that their terminology of difficulty was cheap invulnerability and Dark Souls-esque bosses. I'll say this, I enjoyed that boss, but I understand the frustration for other people, because that's not what Doom was about. That Doom had never been about that. So them shoehorning that in, just, oh. In Daemon X Machina 2, I would want more of this. Like, more weapon types, and stuff along those lines. But the thing is, at this point, there's a problem. They have created 2 separate storylines. And the thing is, they have to pick one to go forward with. And that would mean that right now, both endings are canonical. But the moment a Daemon X Machina 2 comes out, one of the two endings becomes non-canonical. Now, I'm not pro Jared. I enjoy the concept of, hey, both of these timelines are the timeline that could happen. I like that concept. Do I like the discourse that comes of it? No, but there's gonna be discourse regardless. So as it stands, I prefer it to kind of just stay the way it is. There's a lot of other games I would hope that it would get a sequel to, but this felt like a good encapsulated story. You played a rookie, come out of nowhere, turns out you were created as a failsafe for Grief, who's just following orders. And that was the biggest, greatest twist to me, where everybody thinks he knows exactly what's happening, and he doesn't. He absolutely did not, and I loved that. And, like, after everything is said and done, you turn out to be the most important character, but you also did absolutely nothing. I'm serious. Like, if you weren't there, a lot of the events that happened would have still happened regardless of you being there. It's but that's that in and of itself is why I wouldn't want it to continue. Because by picking one of those two, because you couldn't do both, you lose the Daemon portion of this. Like, you now have to teach people about the game beforehand, on top of all this other stuff, and then stack on top of it. Well, if that's the case, then you've got the problem of, like, where do you go from there? Here, there's only one ending I could see working really well for continuing forward, and that's the hope ending. The first ending I picked. And that's because you work with the rest of the crew, and the problem with that is, as you've seen, eventually the barrier falls, and the planet starts to degrade, because the Dominator's presence, the femto particles, destroy the planet. And sure, you could argue that they would build a space faring vessel by then. 100% true. But they wouldn't know where to go. Alright, let's go ahead and end this because some asshole's deciding to rev his engine right outside of my door. And I don't want to tax you guys with all of that. So the weapon that I normally like to use, not this thing. Turns out, by the way, this guy is really nice. But devotion, sorry. Alright. That's it. I'm missing a couple of weapons. Bunch of the boss stuff. Either a bunch of the boss stuff or only like one or two boss stuff. And then there's the equipment. And all that is in the multiplayer stuff. And one of the enemies, 2 of the enemies so far, I can't beat by myself. And you can't bring in mercenaries with you. It's you by yourself, and that's it. Before I go, let's double waffle cone, chocolate, and banana. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into the combo of ice creams to see if any are actually worth using to go into fights and stuff like that. Anyway, I will catch you all in another game. Oh, wait. There's one thing that I can do. Humanity regained. Boom. Surgically reversed a body modification. So I've reversed all of them. The repair is right here. But by going to that, you lose out on this Skylifter, which press the jump button mid-air and the outer will fly. It is very useful. Yeah, we'll go ahead and show this. Because I want to actually go after the... I don't want the repair anymore. So... Chain is worthless to me. Ooh, that's a different looking one. Mod Fanatic. And there's that. The lower body is the... where you get this. Blink. Double tap the movement in a direction to make a short warp. Very, very useful. Arsenal. I won't need the double jump with the thing I've got. Oh, before when you get the double jump, your legs turn into little spindles. And I can't afford either of these, but I think I'll want that. Then that. And then that to get to that. Then we've got Lock On. I thought that was cool. Cool. All right. Well, I will catch you all in the next game. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha!